Hi, I'm Sean Maloney.
And I'm Andrew Swain, and we're fair weather fans.
Well, that's how us rugby fans come across anyway.
Only support them when you win. Drop them cold when they lose.
But recently, rugby support has shown signs of hope.
I think it really made the difference in the end, having the crowd behind us. It was an awesome experience. Those extra couple of metres that Bernard Foley got with his last kick was probably due to the crowd out there.
It's got the legs, the distance, over!
And riding this wave is a group of rugby diehards, determined to reignite the fire in rugby's belly.
Absolutely brilliant again.
Their mission, to start a supporter group for the Wallabies in time for the first Bledisloe Cup match in Sydney.
Enough's enough of us turning up and having half the stadium full of black jerseys. Enough's enough. Get the gold out there, let's be proud to wear it, and really show that we want our boys to do well.
This episode will follow them during their last week preparations.
Izzy, Will Skelton v The Rock, WWE, who are you backing?
And the group learn firsthand just how tough a task this is.
Shut the French up.
So what is the sound of one paw clapping? Have Aussie rugby fans lost their voice, or are we about to discover the call of the Wallaby? Today is the Gold Brigade's toughest challenge yet. It's the third test between Australia and France, and the group have been working towards using it as a trial run for the Bledisloe.
It's good to see they're organised, and there's a section set aside. They've got some berets to wear for the French game, so that'll give them a bit of colour and excitement. How they're organised and how they muster that move from here across to the stadium, so I think that's going to be an interesting one to watch as well.
James will be separated from the group for the morning, as he's got his own match scheduled.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah. Mate, Gold Brigade.
Strangely, Shoot Shield matches haven't been given the week off for the local test.
It's a pain in the arse, but it's just the way it is this year with that NRC. I mean, that's good for Australian rugby to have the NRC, so that's why we've just got to make sacrifices, so that's fine. Should get there for kick-off, all things considered. I mean, if I get injured or don't have to go to hospital for anything.
Meanwhile, back at the party, there's plenty of gold accumulating.
Have a look at these guys, known as the gold suits. Look at the lengths they go to.
Mate, the fob wash. I love it.
See, the idea of us was just to get more gold and more colour in the stadium, right? So the more people that get on board, in general, the better.
Tell me this, if you guys are obviously sitting in your little area, but if you hear the Gold Brigade going nuts down one end, and would you guys join in? And would you try and get the people next to you joining in?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The guys are all enjoying the day, but I can't see too much spruiking for their cause.
Have a look around, heaps of people in gold. I haven't seen an atmosphere like this before a Wallabies game for a long time. It's just a little hard to tell who's actually in the Gold Brigade and who's not. The guys just need to remember this is a trial run. They can make mistakes. We need them to make mistakes today and learn from those. So I think the guys have got to get off their backsides and try and get a bit of unity here, because at the moment everyone's in their own little factions.
How's it going, all right?
Yeah, good. Look, mate, I don't know, like, how do you think it's going?
I don't know, it's kind of hard, like, who's the first to rev it up? I'm not sure standing up and saying, right, everyone's the right thing. I think that people just look and go...
Who's that dude?
Beat it. You know, maybe you're right. Maybe we start just with a splinter cell. Our guys will just start with a couple of, you know, we are ones, we are minis. And then we'll just see. If everyone chimes in, great. If not, keep drinking. Maybe the Gold Brigade are just lacking some Motown.
This guy reckons we're not going to win today, but it's in the bag, mate. It's in the bag. Clean sweep.
If you're lucky tonight, I'll be back here.
Awesome. There you go. He thinks we already lost the game, but yeah, bloody. Where's faith in the Wallabies? Gold Brigade on their way. Gold Brigade!
Finally, the group have rallied a few members into a corner to practice a couple of songs. They've enlisted sports comedy songwriter Dennis Carnahan to help things along.
The tailgate parties worked out really well, so it's nice to see all the fans, you know, kind of gathered together. It was really quiet, a little bit dead until the music started playing, so we'll take that into note. All in all, really good atmosphere once we started singing, so I can't wait to hear what it's going to be like in the stadium.
contest is underway at Allianz Stadium. White running, giving it now to Skelton. Bumps out at one. Skelton on Dagmar! To the right they go again. Falau! Dots it down.
The atmosphere in the stadium is already good, which is just as well because they've hit a major hurdle.
I haven't seen much of these guys this morning, so first time I've got in amongst the Gold Brigade, and it's a bit of a disjointed shambles at this stage. They've tried a couple of chances, but they're all spread out all over the shop, so it's all kind of lost its effect because the tickets aren't side by side. So that's something they'll have to work out for that first Splatters Day because everyone's scattered everywhere.
I know, I'm behind you in the other section, sort of here. I'm here. Yeah. So, should we get this Hooper song going?
We need everyone behind us to get on board. We're about to start a chant. We're starting this group called the Gold Brigade, which is literally like to try to shut the French up.
Wallabies! 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 He went low, Teller's over the top, and here goes Skelton. And now Falau! Israel Falau, absolutely brilliant. Again, he can sniff out a try. Beale and Foley giving it back to Curtly Beale, and he's got Hooper on the inside, and Michael Hooper will score. The captain is over.
Let this be a lesson to anyone who leaves early from the match to avoid the traffic.
So I think the group actually got a bit caught up in trying to rev up the crowd and be one big unit. It's not turned out that way, but it's been a great afternoon of footy and everyone's actually enjoying it in this second half.
So it is full time at Allianz Stadium, and the Wallabies have pulled off the clean sweep.
Hey, hang on a second, what's this? Who said Aussies don't sing?
What's the atmosphere like at the moment within the squad?
Yeah, there's a nice buzz about it. There's a lot of belief. You know, that's off the back of a few wins off the spring tour last year, 3 wins in this series. So it's the first time we've won 7 games in a row since '99. That's 15 years. So that's a great achievement, looking at it from that perspective. So, you know, looking forward, you need 7 wins to win a World Cup, so we can take a lot of belief and confidence out of that.
Yep, there's definite momentum building within the Wallabies, and coach Ewan McKenzie has kept it running with the first ever Bush to Bledisloe tour, taking in the central west of New South Wales. In Dubbo, the Wallabies are swamped. This is the first time an international team from any sporting code has visited the town. The response is massive.
James Hall, what a reception at Dubbo, huh?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You know, ever since we got here last night, you know, the locals have been right behind us. Everyone very friendly, saying get out on the street. So it's been fantastic to see so many people turn out here today at APEC Park.
Great, we get to see a few of the fans out west and see a few of the people that we don't see too often. So it's been good for the sport.
Down the road in Orange, the welcome is just as big at Kinross Wallaroy, Ben McCalman's old school. The back rower is a long-time favourite. James Slipper has his followers too.
He's a prop, I'm a prop. So, you know, he's a big idol of mine. I've been watching him a fair few years now. And, it'd be good to get up and close personal with him, have a good chat with him.
Bathurst brings another wave of kids, and these little tackers get stuck in straight away. Just listen to the chant. Not only do they get a chance for a couple of autographs, the team from the AU help out with a skills session so these whippets can one day follow in the footsteps of their idols. Later that night, the Wallabies put local players through their paces as coaches. It is great to see. Penrith is the final stop of the tour, and once again the fans flood in. It's here I ask Ewan McKenzie just what impact these same supporters can have on his team's psyche during the game.
Link, you're a pretty forward forward-thinking kind of a coach. Tell me, have you guys ever done any research into the relation between crowds cheering and players' performance?
No, I haven't, but I've been watching you guys on TV, so I'm actually learning. But there has to be a strong correlation between a big crowd and you can have a big crowd, but obviously a big crowd that's vocal and cheering for you, that's got to make a big difference. I mean, the statistics, if you're playing in France, 85% of the time the home team wins, so that's got to be significant.
What about in terms of, say, percentage points for a player's performance? How many do you think they'd raise in front of their home crowd?
We can all cite recent evidence of the Waratahs, the semi-final, final. The New South Wales champ, that's meaningful, and when you know the crowd's behind you, what people don't understand is when you stand out in the middle of a stadium and you're playing, sometimes the crowd, but it literally can be background noise, but if there's a direct chant or something like that actually directly correlates to the team, that's significant. So you got to make sure, you need to be loud, but you've got to actually direct it to the team so they know that they're actually on board.
With that in mind, is it a case that we not kind of need to coach the crowd as well for them to be able to then push it onto the players and get the wins that we all want? How could we do that? How do we coach the crowd into it?
In coaching, you're always looking for the 1%ers, so the crowd, I probably haven't put enough thought into the crowd, but we actually play more tests away from Australia than we do at home, so that's a challenge. But I think that if we're looking for advantage and the crowd's going to be part of that, then we need to coach it. So we need guys like yourself to get out there and lead the charge.
Hey Dave, good to see you, mate. You well? Hey James, how's it going? Good to see you.
With less than a week till the big day, Goldie has a meeting down at ARU headquarters to check over the running order for Bledisloe 1.
Just to get the finer details down pat more than anything. The French test was a bit of a mess, to be honest, because we weren't seated together. We had nothing to differentiate ourselves from the rest of the crowd. So at least at the Bledisloe, we've got the yellow shirts, making sure that we've got the collection points sorted, the timing sorted, our tickets are okay, the pre-match entertainment sorted. Buses from the Shoot Shield Grand Final have been arranged, which is great. Just making sure that we're leaving nothing to chance come Saturday night.
The park's open. Do you want to talk about the park?
Yeah.
Which you can see there. So
I think there's a bit of a misconception that the pre-match stuff is a solely Gold Brigade event. That's not true. It's for everybody, and we see it as a great opportunity to sort of set the scene for what we're trying to do as a stadium, not just as our 3,000 people.
The Gold Brigade have done a poll on their Facebook page. People seem keen to sing a song following the haka. Here's the stats, with Waltzing Matilda proving the winner. Which leads us to a touchy subject, the haka. Do you think it's unfair that New Zealand get to have one final swing at any opposing side just before kick-off? And we've all just got to sit back and cop it.
It's a contentious subject because they do get quite riled up if you show any disrespect. And yet no one seems to think about the Kiwis' disrespect over the years. This is 2001 in Dunedin. This bloke has absolutely butchered our anthem. Oh, encore please, Dame Kiri Takanawa. But back to the haka. We mic them up, we broadcast it round the stadium, and for what? To watch them give themselves the edge. It might be great theatre, but I get more out of watching what the opposition does.
look at this, arrow formation.
Remember this from the 2011 World Cup final? Forget arm in arm, these blokes are hand in hand. This is classic French style. If only they topped it with a can-can, they might have won the match.
In 2012, the English fans came together to sing their own war cry, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. It completely drowns out the effect and gave the home team the impetus to go on and win 38-21.
But this is the all-time best haka response. Wales, 2008, in front of a packed Millennium Stadium. The All Blacks finish their little dance and the Welsh, they don't do anything. Absolutely nothing.
Wales hold their ground. New Zealand haven't moved.
don't know whether you can sense it, but the crowd are all part of this.
For 2 whole minutes, they stand there, and the Kiwis don't know what to do. They've had teams marching in, they've had disrespect from players turning their backs, but to just stand there and show them up like that takes all the sting out.
I think this is a challenge accepted.
Shawnee, that is a Harker response I'd be proud of from our boys.
But if you really want to disrespect the Harker, nobody does it better than New Zealand. Let's wrap up our Harker rant with the best version of all time.
Yeah, look, we just finished our meeting with the AU and we found out that Sekope Kepu and Israel Folau are in today. So we feel it's a good opportunity for us to say hello, maybe engage the fans a bit more. So I've just thrown a message out on Twitter to say that we're meeting up with the guys are coming in. What questions would you like asked? So let's see what comes back, and hopefully it's something a bit left of centre. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Izzy, it's Goldie from the Gold Brigade, mate. I've just thrown some questions out on social media. The best one that came back was Will Skelton v The Rock, WWE. Who are you backing?
It's a tough one, but I'm sure Willie's a lot bigger than The Rock, so it'd be a good match.
What if I threw tables and chairs in? Just quickly, I just had a ripper come through on Facebook. Okay. Hear you're quite a singer. What's your favourite karaoke song?
Shania Twain is still the one.
Oh, it's a ripper. Okay, what judge would you go for on The Voice if the chair's turned? Kylie or Will.i.am?
At the moment.
Or Ricky?
I think Will.i.am.
Work. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Good luck.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Sorry about that, but thank you for that. One of the boys texted me through and said you're a big fan of The Rock.
Yeah, of course. That's all right, man.
No, cool. Thanks, mate. Good on you. Well, I think I've just fallen in love with Israel Folau. What a lovely bloke. Lovely guy.
Sure, look at you.
I'm giddy.
It's less than a week before the first Bledisloe, and it's a sprint to get the word out about the Gold Brigade. Tiana is a special guest at the Bledisloe Cup Festival race day.
No!
Are you serious?
Number 8.
Number 8. I should have gone number 8. That's my number.
That's your number. We struggled on the punt, but Tiana did have better luck getting the word out about the Gold Brigade.
There's still tickets out there, so it'll be great, to hopefully reach that 3,000 mark. For those that are interested, we have a Facebook page, so get on that and start recruiting.
Goldie's also making contacts.
And so we go about a group of rugby fanatics called the Gold Brigade who are trying to bring the support back to Wallabies test matches. Matt is one of them, Matt McGoldrick, who's a former first grader for Manly and a current board member. And Matt, good morning.
Good morning, Alan. How you going?
So what are you up to? What are you up to? Causing trouble?
We're trying to. Just trying to get a bunch of people together who want to make some noise, Alan, more than anything. The feedback has been incredible. Out at the Waratahs last Saturday night, we're out there and people coming up to us of all ages saying, I'm so excited about the All Blacks test for the first time in a long time.
Good.
Rugby's got a bit of swagger back, obviously, of late.
Yes.
Really we're just trying to tap into that, Alan, and get a bit more...
Well, I tell you what, Matthew, given that this is Saturday week and you've given a bit of a notice now, why don't you, again, we'll rally the troops, say, about Wednesday of next week. You give us a call on the open line and we'll go again.
That'd be great, Alan. Look forward to it.
Happy to help. Great to hear from you, Matt.
Okay, thanks.
Well done.
So let's catch up on pub crawl plans for the Bledisloe. James has met up with Jared Boyle from the Rugby Club in Sydney CBD to see what's planned.
Well, what I have organised is a mechanical bull, but it's going to be a mechanical football. That's the day. Jump on, it's all free of charge, everyone just gets amongst it. mark off each year for each drink you have. So we forget a year that we've lost the Bledisloe. And then at the end, it's like, what loss? Let's go and win.
There's a lot of history in this building, and I'm glad the Gold Brigade have chosen it as one of their venues. This used to be the home of New South Wales rugby and is where the concept of the World Cup was conceived.
Oh, it's just amazing stuff. Like, just it brings back so many good memories of the Wallabies, and it's how it should be, really. Like, there's so much history to it, and guys you haven't heard about for 10 years, and then you see their blazers. It's really cool.
Rugby people should be coming here to drink and enjoy rugby, and so to get the Gold Brigade to start to sort of support you guys, then blending on from that, people who aren't involved in the Gold Brigade, they can then just join in and just get the rugby club to where it should be.
Absolutely. It's a special thing that you're doing. Make us the meeting place. We'll run cheap beers on the day, $10 jugs or whatever. We'll just make it a nice environment.
Exactly.
We'll bring it back to 2003 prices for the day.
The last time we won. We'll get the blokes to the rugby club, and then you got a few coming to join us in the Gold Brigade, I hope.
I'm going to try and get a good gang of us together, and I'm going to join you.
Good.
I'll be out there. Mate, good to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
What I'm sort of happy about the meeting is the fact that we've got some good traction with traditional rugby supporters who have great ideas about rugby and really love rugby, and they're guys who want to join the Gold Brigade for the good of Australian rugby. Because that's realistically what it is. It's not about selling 3,000 tickets. It's about bringing the atmosphere and the support back to Australian rugby, which has been missing for so many years.
Remember Ronnie's plan to get school kids involved with the Wallaby supporter group? Well, it's paying dividends. She's been invited to address some of the boys ahead of the Bledisloe and set them a challenge.
So, I'm actually part of a group called the Gold Brigade. Has anyone heard of us? Yeah? We've got a whole bunch of schoolboys coming on Saturday to the Bledisloe, so we've come out to Kings. People say that Aussies don't chant and they don't sing, but it's actually not true. Schoolboys have been doing it for hundreds of years. I haven't heard a chant, a Kings chant. So something that you guys do at rugby. Do you reckon you can do it? Yeah? Yeah.
I'll start it off.
Got a challenge for you, and I'm hoping that you're up for it. I want you guys to create a chant to do at the Bledisloe for the Wallabies. Now, it can be something similar to what you do. It can be a call response. We want to try and get a little bit of that across at the Bledisloe. What do you think? Do you think you guys can be really loud? Yeah. So 200 of you boys actually doing that at the Bledisloe, that sort of sound. What do you think it's going to do to the game? Going to lift it? Like that.
Well, let's have something ready for Wednesday's training session. We'll try and do something and I'll send it off.
And we're going to challenge all the other GPS schools, so it's going to get out there.
Challenge accepted.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much. Thanks for coming in.
It's great to see a bunch of boys actually really motivated and keen to create a chant, so we'll see what comes up on Wednesday.
Well, the time for change is almost upon us. Come Saturday night, we'll discover if rugby fans really are fair weather or whether they've got it in them to turn a chapter.
Swanee, what an awesome tour. The bush to Bledisloe, unbelievable.
Mate, they're in the business of inspiration. You heard what Link said. I reckon they've inspired a generation.
Totally agree. Now let's get behind these guys and get them over the line against the All Blacks. ANZ Stadium, Saturday night. 20 tickets still available in the Gold Mine?
They are. Facebook.com/The Gold Brigade. Follow the links and get your tickets.
Get there.
Come out and support us. Go to the Gold Brigade website and get your tickets. That's it.
Get your tickets for the Gold Brigade. Still tickets left.
In the Gold Mine on the 16th of August. Come support us against the All Blacks.
Gold Brigade.
This has been a production of Fox Sports.